Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om.
We just heard the divine voices of Swami Ramdas, lovingly referred to as Papa, and of Mother Krishnabai of Anandashram, fondly known as Mataji. Her life was a life of total surrender to her Guru, Swami Ramdas, whom she looked upon as God incarnate. She achieved the highest liberation of the self and was one with all, the Guru, the sadhakas, people who worked at the ashram, cows, even the plants in the garden were the expressions of God and her own self in her eyes. जे जे दृष्टि दिसे ते ते हरि रूप जितुकी जीव शरीरे तितुकी देवाची मंदिरे. This was Mataji's state of mind. This loving child of God was born on the 20th September 1903 in the Nadgar family. Sri Venkatrao was her father and her mother's name was Indirabai. There was an outbreak of plague in the village of Halyar and all the people had moved to the forest. There, in a small hut, she was born on a Mahalaya Amavasya night. This divine soul, which was one with the Paramatma, came into being just to lead other Jivatmas to the eternal divinity. पहाटेच्या वेळी येत माझी माता.
पहाटेच्या वेळी स्थिर आणि शांत बसता मी येत माझी माता. पहाटेच्या वेळी स्थिर आणि शांत बसता मी येत माझी माता. कधी दोघे आम्ही एक रूप असू, कधी दोघे आम्ही एक रूप असू, कधी भिन्न होऊ द्वैत भावे, कधी भिन्न होऊ द्वैत भावे. पहाटेच्या वेळी स्थिर आणि शांत बसता मी येत माझी माता.
Little Krishnabai or Kuti, as everyone called her, was everybody's pet. The stars at the time of Mataji's birth were not considered to be very auspicious, and to avert the ill effects, a sannyasini who used to come often to their house took the baby in exchange of rice husk. She then returned the baby to the parents in exchange of 2 rupees. Mataji's mother often teased her, saying that she was bought in exchange of a measure of rice husk. Kutti was everybody's favorite, especially her father. He even entrusted his treasury keys to her. Her father was a very generous and kind-hearted man. He would often give money to charities or any needy person. Ultimately, he was cheated by many people, and after his early death, the family had to shift to Bhatkar, to Mataji's maternal grandfather's home. Mataji's paternal aunt, Sant Shantabai, and her widowed daughter Saraswati Bai were also staying at Bhatkar in their Nadgar family home, where the present Dattatreya temple stands. Sant Appaya was a great saint born in the Nadgar family 7 generations ago. He was a Shishya of Swami Vimlananda of Bailur and was well known for his great bhakti and his bhajans. Saint Appaya's bhakti was so great that to save the priest's life at Sri Mukambika temple of Kollur, he prayed and brought the Devi to life. It is said that in the end, Saint Appaya, after giving a loving discourse to all his disciples, went to his room and just disappeared in his Ishtadevata. Later, Uma Maheshwara Ling was installed in his memory there. Mataji's father and her aunt, Saint Poetess Shantabai, installed a beautiful Dattatreya Murti in the temple with Sri Pandurangashram Swamiji's blessings and advice. Recently, the temple has been renovated. Growing up in such a sattvic atmosphere, Mataji too had great devotion. Even as a child, she would pray and offer puja to all family deities with great love and sincerity. She would talk to them as if they were living. People would laugh at her, but that did not worry her at all. At the age of about 13 years, Mataji was married to Mr. Lakshman Rao Kalle. He worked in Bombay, and the couple lived there with his family. Her in-laws were very loving and considerate, and Mataji had a very happy married life for 8 years. 2 sons were born, Ganesh and Narayan. Mataji would often worry about her mother and younger brothers and sisters who were living in Bhatkar and would send money to them as and when she could. During her 20th year, Mataji was not well, and her mother and uncle came to see her in Bombay. They wanted to take her to Bhatkar for her cousin's thread ceremony. Lakshman Rao was not happy about her going to Bhatkar. He told Mataji that if she went there, they might never be able to see each other again. Perhaps he had a premonition of the sad events to come. He made her take an oath that she would always protect her chastity. Mataji was confused and hurt, but ultimately she went with her mother, as she had not visited Bhatkar for last 3 years. Mataji's mother-in-law Ansuya Akka also went with them to look after the children. The thread ceremony was delayed, and finally when it took place, Mataji was in, and the 2 boys, who normally were very well behaved, cried the whole day. Next morning, a telegram was received with the sad news that Mataji's husband had passed away suddenly after a brief illness. Mataji was devastated. She lost her will to live. She was so angry with God that she could not even bring herself to do the namaskar. She felt terrible remorse about not being with her husband in his last illness. In Papa's word, a dry leaf is carried away by a breeze. Life is also like that. It leaves the world to merge with God. Dr. Ramrao sent Ansuya Akka to bring Mataji and her 2 children back to their place at Belgaum. Mataji's younger sister Shanti also accompanied them. Mataji knew that Dr. Ramrao and his wife Sundari loved the boys very much and would look after them as if they were their own children. Mataji was just 20 years old at that time, and in spite of her family's love and care, she found it difficult to bear the curse of widowhood. Doctor was transferred to Malshiras in Satara district in Maharashtra. The whole family followed him there. Mataji, in her depression, tried to put an end to her life by taking opium, which she had quietly collected from the servants. She kept Siddharth Swamiji's photo near her. Mataji lay down on the floor, awaiting the last slumber. But in spite of a large quantity of opium she had swallowed, she could not sleep. In her half-conscious state, she could see Samarth Ramdas Swami walking in the room, protecting her. Suddenly, Ganesh, who would never wake up at night, woke up crying for his mother. Hearing him crying, Ansuya Akka came in the room and Samarth Ramdas disappeared. Mataji got medical treatment on time and her precious life was saved. Since Mataji had kept Sri Siddharud Swamiji's photo near her, Dr. Ramrao thought that Swamiji's blessings and his Upadesh might help her find some solace. He sent her with Ansuya Akka and little Narayan to Swamiji's mutt in Hubli. Mataji felt better and more peaceful after she received the Upadesh and Shiva Panchakshari mantra, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
She heard a voice saying, Your Guru is Saraswat, and therefore she could not accept Swami Siddharud as her Paramartha Marga Guru. She had already taken Ram Nam Japa from Pujya Tamarna Shastriji. Daily she would do Nam Japa of Shiv Panchakshari 5,000 times and Ram Nam Japa 13,000 times. But Mataji could not find peace of mind. Mataji took her horoscope to a local priest and asked him about her future. The priest advised her to find a Jivan Mukta Guru who would protect her and help her to achieve her goal of self-realization. Mataji had great regard for Pujya Pandurangashram Swamiji, Anandashram Swamiji, Siddharud Swamiji, Tikekar Maharaj, Chandekar Maharaj, but none of them could she visualize or accept as her Paramartha Marga Guru. She had done nearly 5 crore japa by then, and she would ardently pray to these Sadgurus to guide her to her Guru, who would lead her on the path of self-realization. Mataji desired an elderly Guru who, after getting married, had lived as a householder and then achieved the self-realization. She had heard of many so-called Gurus who would exploit their women followers, so she was wary of going to sannyasis. Dr. Ramrao was going abroad for further medical studies, and Sundari went to stay with her parents at Kasargod. Mataji accompanied her there with her 2 children. Pujya Ramdas Swamiji was staying at Kasargod at that time. His daughter Rami was married to his elder sister's son, Chandrasekhar Trikannad. Swami Ramdas in Purvashram had held many big posts in several textile mills. He was deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhiji's Swadeshi movement and gave up his job. For various reasons he could not stick to any job for over 6 months. Finally, he came to Mangalore and joined his father-in-law's business. At that time, he got intense vairagya and took mantra diksha from his own father. After a severe sadhana, he took sannyas at Srirangam and came to Kadri for tapasya. After the sakshatkar and self-realization, he built the ashram, Anand Ashram, on the nearby hill at Kasargod. He would give diksha of Ram Nam Japa to sadhakas. Everybody loved this jolly, loving sannyasi, and people would crowd to hear his discourses. Rama Rama Manata Zhala Ramadasa.
Rama Rama Manata Zhala Ramadas. Rama Rama Manata Zhala Ramadas. Nirasali As Prapanchati. Nirasali As Prapanchati. दया क्षमा शांति प्रगटली अंगी, दया क्षमा शांति प्रगटली अंगी, झाला धन्य जगी राम नामी, झाला धन्य जगी राम नामी, लागलेर वैराग्य राममय दृष्टी, पिकविली सृष्टी राम नामे, पिकविली सृष्टी राम नामे, राम राम म्हणता झाला रामदास.
Sundari's family would go regularly for the discourses. Sundari too went and was very much impressed. She urged Mataji to come for darshan. At first, Mataji was a little apprehensive, but when she finally went to the ashram, she was very happy. For the first time, after so many years, she could laugh and was at peace. Mataji realized that this was the Sadguru who would guide her in her sadhana. Ramdas Swamiji's daughter Rame used to call him Papa, so Mataji too started calling him Papa. Mataji totally surrendered herself at Papa's feet. Papa gave her mantra diksha of Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram and told her to chant it day and night, to see Ram materialized in everybody, everything.
Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Papa saying Ram Nam and Mataji repeating it. Papa told Mataji to do her work as if it was a seva offered to Ram. Nam, Dhyan and Seva were the key words of Mataji's sadhana. He asked her to discard Japmala, chanting of stotras etc. and just to chant Ram Nam and see Ram in everyone, everybody. वाचे इतरन संभाषति.
वाचे इतरन संभाषाति, वाचे इतरन संभाषाति, श्रीरामाचे सुंदर गाई नाम सदा प्रीति. श्रीरामाचे सुंदर गाई नाम सदा प्रीति. मना न रमतो इतर विचारी, मना न रमतो इतर विचारी, श्रीरामाचे ध्यान निरंतर करी सदा अंतरी. श्रीरामाचे ध्यान निरंतर करी सदा अंतरी. देहा करीतो इतरन धंदा, देहा करीतो इतरन धंदा, श्रीरामाच्या सेवेतची हो झिजावया बंदा. श्रीरामाच्या सेवेतची हो जिजावया बंदा. वाचे तरन संभाषाति, वाचे तरन संभाषाति, श्रीरामाचे सुंदर गाई नाम सदा प्रीति. श्रीरामाचे सुंदर गाई
Mataji saw Papa as Ram himself. So, after this intense sadhana of Ram Nam, everything became Ram or Papa Swarup. She would go on chanting Ram Nam all the time and did not care if people laughed at her or criticized her. Ansuyaka had told her she should never go alone to the ashram, but many times in her trance she would go alone to the ashram, chanting Ram Nam all the way. If somebody harassed or teased her, she never cared, nor was she scared, as she saw Papa or the sheer godliness in them. Mataji says, after this chanting of Ram Nam in this way, her feeling that only her own family was hers dissolved, and she saw Papa or Paramatma in all the people, and she thought that just as Papa was hers, everybody was hers too. Her being was longing to be one with the ultimate truth or the Paramatma. Papa went on a North India tour. Mataji continued her sadhana in Kasargod. She would chant Ram Nam continuously, would go to the ashram, sweep the ashram and the surrounding grounds. Papa's Purvashram father and Gurudev and Papa's wife Rukma Devi were not well. Mataji nursed them with great love and care. At this stage, her mind became empty of all other thoughts except the Ram Nam. She had totally surrendered her being to Paramatma. Shortly after Papa came back from the tour of North India, Mataji had to go to Dharwad with Ansuya Akka to attend a family wedding. Mataji's heart was totally immersed in Ram Nam, and the attachment for the worldly affairs was gone. Since she saw Papa in every person, she could not differentiate between her own family and outsiders. She would go to neighbors' house, help them, eat with them, and be at home there. This kind of loving, trusting way seemed strange to her family members. The love for her two boys bound her to the family, but her heart longed to go to her Guru, her Paramatma, and achieve the ultimate merging with Infinite and get Sakshatkar. She finally realized that staying within the four walls of the house was not going to protect her chastity or her good name. She decided to leave home and renounce everything. The elders in the family tried to reason out with her, but she had made up her mind. She told them that after the death of her husband, Doctor and Sundari had become the parents of Ganesh and Narayan. She was there only to look after the children, which any maid servant could do. But who would do her sadhana? That only she had to do herself. Finally, Mataji decided to go. Leaving her Kama, Krodha, Moha behind, she set out to achieve the ultimate realization, the Sakshatkar. Ansuya Akka knew that Mataji was going away, so she went next doors as she could not bear the sight of Mataji going away. Mataji begged the aunt in whose house she was staying to pardon her and to bless her, and left home without even taking any money or change of clothes. Shri Sanjeev Rao Golikeri, our relative, went to the station to persuade Mataji to return home. When he realized that Mataji was firm in her resolve, he bought her a ticket and gave her some money for the journey. He sent a telegram to Shri Sadashiv Rao Balsekar, a relative in Bombay, to receive Mataji there. In Bombay, Sadashiv Rao sent his nephew to receive her in the car. While going home in the car, Mataji offered the money to him. When he refused it, she threw it out of the car window, saying, "Some needy person may get it." Her two married sisters were in Bombay. Mataji went to stay with Shanti. Mataji had started wearing an ochre sari now, as she was going to renounce everything. Her brother Dattatreya brought Ganesh and Narayan to Bombay and told them to be after their mother to take them with her wherever she went, hoping that she would give up her resolve. They clung to Mataji, repeated what they were told. Mataji took the clinging boys in her arms and told them with affection, "My children, I am prepared to take you both with me. I promise to look after you, even if I have to clean vessels and wash clothes to earn money to feed you. But there you will have no luxury. You might have only rice kanji to eat. Are you prepared to come with me?" Both the boys said they would rather stay with the uncle and the grandmother and go to school there. Mataji left for Bhatkal by steamer to meet her mother and to take her blessings. Her sister accompanied her. Many relatives had gathered at the docks to say goodbye. Mataji went aboard the steamer and looked down at the gathering. On the docks below, she saw her 2 little boys crying helplessly in that crowd. Could anything be more heartrending than the 2 boys standing there and crying for their mother, and the mother having to watch them helplessly as she was totally committed to her spiritual goal? Could there be a greater test of a total surrender to her Guru and to her sadhana? Mataji could not bear the sad sight. She broke down and cried desperately, praying to God to give her strength to bear the sorrow and to protect her boys always. She also prayed never to make her go through such a heart-rending experience ever again. Even later, whenever she heard anybody taking sannyas, she would say, "They have no idea of the difficulties they have to face when they leave home." All those years ago, even the words like women's liberation and rights were unheard of. For a young, good-looking widow from a well-to-do family to leave everything, especially her children, and to go to live at an ashram of a sannyasi was a thing unheard of. It was a sacrilege in the eyes of the society. But Mataji dared everything, everybody, to achieve sakshatkar, to be one with God. Her love for her children she offered to God and saw God in every person who came her way and became a Vishwamata, loved and respected by all. But what she sacrificed and how much her tender, loving heart suffered, we can only imagine and bow our heads in admiration for her. Mataji sacrificed everything and went to find the source of eternity. She left the darkness of her half-fulfilled worldly desires and went to look for the dazzling light of the perpetual bliss. Mataji's relatives in Bhatkal tried to dissuade her from taking sannyas. They told her that she would spoil her name, people would criticize her. Her answer was, "So many women have been ruined, staying at home. I have left home to offer my life at the feet of God." Mataji's mother had full faith in her. She blessed her, saying, "Sant Appaya would guide and protect you always." Shuddha vichara pravahi buduni ati magna hovuni.
शुद्ध विचार प्रवाही बुडुनी अति मग्न होवुनी जावे। शुद्ध विचार प्रवाही बुडुनी अति मग्न होवुनी जावे। जरिते जाने झळकत ऐसे जी जान
When Mataji arrived at Kasargod, she was alone. It was evening. Mataji first went to Rame's house to see if Papa was there. Then she started to walk towards the ashram on the hilltop. It was the month of Kartik and a full moon night, but still it was quite dark once the village was left behind. Mataji went on climbing in the dark. She, in her innocence, thought that she, being fair, her feet will shine, and she could get enough light to see the path. When she looked down, there was really a light guiding her on the path. God guided her all the way. A few sadhakas and Papa were sitting outside the ashram. Papa had mourned. When Mataji came and stood there, Papa and Mataji both burst out laughing. It was the Jiva and Shiva coming together. Mataji saw Sri Ram personified in her Sadguru. Her Antaratma was longing to be one with the Shastra, Adi, Anadi Atma Ram. Papa wrote, Mother, you have come to your own home. The ashram shall in future be your permanent place of residence. Mataji had reached the path leading to love, light and bliss. Mataji wanted to do her sadhana and listen to Papa's discourses at the ashram. But a young woman staying there caused a stir amongst the devotees. Many condemned or criticized them, and slowly all the devotees staying at the ashram left. Rame and her husband Chandrasekhar loved both Papa and Mataji, and they sent food every day. Both Papa and Mataji had to face a lot of harassment, threats and negative propaganda. Papa's family of Purvashram supported them in every way and stood by him, but Mataji had left her own children and the family behind. She would do japa for the children and the departed souls in the beginning. Then she heard Papa telling somebody else that persons who have not achieved oneness with God, when they do japa for others, it is like a blind person leading another blind. Mataji stopped her jap for her relatives, and slowly she got over her feeling of deep grief and remorse at leaving her children behind. With Guru's grace, she achieved the self-realization, and she could become mother to all the sadhakas, even to Papa. Her mother-in-law, sister-in-law and also her children would come to visit her later on. Mataji's sadhana was very intense, and she saw Papa as the Paramatma Ram personified. Papa realized that it was his physical form Mataji considered as Ram. So he stopped her from doing seva at the ashram. He sent her to Rame's house and told her not to use japmala, not to read any pothis or Puranas, but to do japa of Ramnam continuously, to see Ram in every object, every person, and to work with at least any 5 families every day. So Mataji started visiting people, help with their cooking. She would wash their clothes, nurse the sick. People just loved her. Mataji did the sadhana, and slowly she could feel that Ram, who is in all the objects, all the chal achal things, also was in her. She felt, I am Ram. I am everywhere in this universe. What I do for others, I am doing for myself. When I feed others, it is myself eating with my own hand and putting it in the mouth. Nobody is separate. The same spirit dwells in everybody. Papa, the devotees, the cattle, even the plants. समदृष्टि ने जीवन अवघे तेची असे भरले प्रभुशी एक रूप जाहले.
समदृष्टि ने जीवन अवघे तेची असे भरले प्रभु
When she reached this state, Papa told her to sit for meditation. Mataji was not keen to achieve the Sakshatkar or to sit for the meditation, as she did not want to make a show, nor did she want to be a guru. Papa scolded her. He said, "If you do not take the advantage after reaching so far, you can never achieve the realization later. Great yogis and tapasvis long for it." Papa himself demonstrated how to sit for meditation. He told Mataji not to move once the Kundalini Shakti starts to rise through the chakras, or it would collapse and would take days to rise again. He said that the Guru can guide only up to the Ajna Chakra, that is the Bhrukuti Chakra. It is Ramdas within you who will guide you from there on. The Kundalini ascending from Bhrukuti Chakra to Sahasra Chakra will be on the strength of your own bhakti and sadhana. Achieve it, and you will experience that you are the entire universe and beyond it. The sadhakas must have patience. The ultimate victory would be his, as God himself helps and takes him by hand towards the goal. Mataji says, at this stage, her mind would be totally vacant of any worldly thoughts. It was waiting to be filled with the appearance of Paramatma. Mataji started sitting for the meditation, and Papa would watch her expressions in the lantern light. Mataji could not get much further, and Papa said, "You must be moving during the meditation, or you still have attraction for the Ramdas form." Mataji was very sad that by not achieving the ultimate samadhi, she was disappointing Papa. She would weep and pray to Papa that she should succeed in this. Then, one night, Mataji prayed to Papa as usual and sat down for meditation. Suddenly, her toes felt as if the ants were creeping up. As this gradually spread upwards, the lower parts became numb. The upper part of the body became lighter, and when the Kundalini reached the heart, there was a frightening jolt like an electric shock. Mataji kept on praying to Papa silently to guide her and take her to the ultimate goal of self-realization. Slowly, the fear disappeared and joy welled up in the heart, and a bright light appeared. Mataji kept on repeating what Papa had been teaching her. "I am neither fear nor joy, nor am I this light. I am beyond all this." Slowly, all these feelings of joy, fear disappeared. Also the light disappeared. When the power rose above the neck, all thoughts ceased, and the power rose from the neck and ascended to Bhrukuti, that is Ajna Chakra. From there, it rose to Sahasra Chakra like a lightning with the same speed and brilliance, and then there was bliss. All the thoughts, arguments, frustrations, sorrows, joys, everything dissolved in the eternal being or the bliss. Mataji remained in this state that night for a long time. And when she came out, there was an awareness. I am the universe and also beyond it. Prema madhura geeta dhvani hriday nadati.
मधुर गीत ध्वनि हृदय नादती आनंदोत्कंपित तनु स्पंदते अति प्रेम मधुर गीत ध्वनि हृदय नादती आनंदोत्कंपित तनु स्पंदते अति दिव्य चित प्रकाशनिधि नयनि विलसति दिव्य चित प्रकाशनिधि नयनि विलसति हास्य सुधा लहरी सदा अधरि उसड़ती वदनावर दिव्य छटा रुचिर झलकते परम भूति मंडल शिर सकल व्यापिते प्रभु साक्षात्कार जया जाहला असे चिन्ने ही परम श्रेष्ठ तेथ प्रगटति प्रेम मधुर गीत ध्वनि हृदय नादती आनंदोत्कंपित तनु स्पंदते अति प्रेम मधुर गीत ध्वनि हृदय नादती आनंदोत्कंपित तनु स्पंदते अति
Just as she used to feel strongly that she was her body from her head to toes, in the same way she felt she was the whole universe, and even beyond this she existed. मिलन्या गति प्रभुची होई प्रभु समान
मिलन्या गति प्रभुची होई प्रभु समान मिलन्या गति प्रभुची होई प्रभु समान मिलता नदी स्वये अब्दी स्वरूप दान मिलता नदी स्वये अब्दी स्वरूप दान अब्दी स्वरूप दान.
It took time for her to come back to body consciousness. Even when she was aware of the body, she had to be forced to take food. Slowly, she got in the routine of daily duties. Her mind kept longing for the bliss of the samadhi. Papa told her to practice Purushottam Yoga and achieve Sahaj Samadhi, that is, to go about the daily chores, but to remain in the bliss of by seeing the Paramatma in all the beings, offering all the work, the success, the failure, the joy, the sorrow to Him. In Sahaj Samadhi, the mind is blissfully busy with the Ram Nam, and the joys or sorrows of the worldly happenings do not affect the joyous mood of the mind. Life flows, but the daily work or the seva is offered to the Atmaram, and He is visualized in everything. Let us read what Mataji has written about this state of mind. All is thyself. To speak with thee is joy. To be silent with thee is also joy. To open my eyes is joy. To close them is also joy. Whatever thou givest, I take with joy. When thou givest nothing, then also joy. Not to make any demands of thee is also joy. Oh, there is joy within thee. There is joy without thee as well. Sahaja Samadhi Bhali by Kabir Das.
Sadho, 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 सहज समाधि भली साधो सहज समाधि भली गुरु प्रताप जा दिन से जागी गुरु प्रताप जा दिन से जागी दिन दिन अधिक चली साधो सहज समाधि भली साधो 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 सहज समाधि भली साधो साधो
Mataji's sadhana was completed and had achieved the self-realization. But some people continued to harass and even threaten them. One night, suddenly, 2 drunkards entered the ashram, pushed Mataji down, trying to choke her. She fell on a vessel and hurt her back. Papa tried to pull the rogues away, but he could not. Both Papa and Mataji were chanting Ram Nam loudly. Suddenly, the men got frightened and ran away. Later, a farmer living nearby came to help them. Papa decided to leave the ashram immediately, and they went to Ramesh's house. Mataji never felt any hatred even towards these rogues. Papa's Purvashram sister Lakshmi Devi and her husband Bhavani Shankar Rao Trikannad had come to invite Papa and Mataji for the Vastu Shanti of their new house a few days earlier. Papa decided to go there. Lakshmi Devi and Bhavani Shankar Rao were overjoyed to see Papa and Mataji. They were very fond of Mataji, and Mataji too had great regard for them. She would call them Amma and Anna. After staying at the new house for a few days, the hilltop of a nearby hill at Hostur was selected for the new ashram. With the help of Sri Bhavani Shankar Rao, his brother Ganesh Rao, and some other devotees, the land was purchased and the building for the ashram was ready. First, only one room and a veranda was constructed. Slowly over the years, the ashram has grown to its present glory. Earlier, there was no proper facility even to cook, so the food would be sent by Lakshmi Devi. The couple helped Papa and Mataji in various ways. Even now, the house where Papa first came has been given to the ashram by the family and is being used as a medical center. Mataji became one with all. She would sometimes scold the devotees, but then she would tell them, that when I look at you, I see your past, present and future. That is why I scold you, so that if any bad karmas are there, they should dissolve. There are many instances where she forced people to sit and do Naam Jap for long hours, and their difficulties vanished. Mataji never took any credit, nor did she ever wanted to be the Guru. She would always say, Papa is the hand that grants you your wishes. I am the other side of the palm. She did Seva Bhakti like Sri Hanumanji and total surrender to her God, Papa. Even Mantra Diksha is always given by Papa to this day. Papa was everything for Mataji. She saw the Chirantan truth, Paramatma, Shashvat Swarup of Ram in him. It was very hard for her to accept when Param Pujya Papa attained Mahasamadhi. She sat with him till he was taken to the Samadhi place, gently massaging his hands and feet. She kept on saying that our bhakti is not intense, otherwise he would have come back alive. She was childlike, but very wise in divine ways, loving, but she could scold. She never wanted anything for herself, but when she wanted to help somebody, she would even borrow money to give away. When she helped somebody, it was as if she was doing it for her own sake. There was no feeling of pride at all. There was no doership at all. And for the devotees, Mataji's smile was everything. Mate tujhiya vadani, vilasata divya kiti hi smite, ananta tujhiya kripa rasache, prema chinna bhasate.
Mate, Mate, Mate tujhiya vadani vilasat divya kiti hi smite, anant tujhiya kripa rasache, prema chinna bhasate. माते करुणा प्रेमलता तव अखंड रस वर्षिणी, सुख निर्भर हा बाल निरंतर तुझिया संरक्षणी. माते माते.
She looked after all the devotees with great affection. Any lady coming to the ashram would be made to feel as if she has come to her mother's place. Mataji would comb her hair, put flowers, fuss over her, scold her, tell her how she should behave at home, and give her a sari and eatables when she left. Poorest of the poor would be cared for. Even a thief who came to steal coconuts was fed a breakfast, given money and as many coconuts as he could carry. The thief cried and promised never to steal again. A poor man who came crying because he had no money to feed his family was given the best cow and her calf from the Goshala, supplied with fodder. A cow shed was built for the cow, and finally the milk was bought from him for the ashram. As Papa said, what kind of charity is this? A little girl used to come to get her festered wound bandaged. The wound was not healing for a long time, so Mataji kept her at the ashram. She would bathe her herself, comb her hair, and finally after 2 months, when the girl was absolutely healthy, she was sent back with new clothes. Mataji lived for others. When you look at her life, you realize that she had only sorrows, condemnation and pain at a personal level. But what she gave to others was invaluable. She went to a lot of trouble and pain to see the devotees should do their sadhana properly and progress towards self-realization. She would tell them to pray to Papa to bestow His grace and grant the ultimate bliss to them. Her sadhana was to love and serve every Jivatma who came to her as if he was Paramatma. She wanted that every sadhak should get the fullest benefit of Pujya Papa's guidance and sadhana. Once, when Papa was asked by a devotee what he did with his I, the Ahankar, Papa, with his usual sense of humor, said, "I bundled my Ahankar and hung it on a nail." Mataji was busy doing some work nearby. Immediately she came there and told the devotees sitting there, "Come on, at least some of you get up and tell Papa that you also want to bundle your Ahankar and throw it far away." But no one got up. Mataji was terribly disappointed. This anecdote shows how much Mataji cared that the devotees should take fullest advantage of Papa to make progress in their spiritual path. During her birth centenary year, let us try and do what she longed for. Let us take a first step towards divine realization and start chanting Ram Nam, being aware of Atma Ram indwelling all of us, and whatever work we do, doing it perfectly and joyfully as if it is an offering to Ram himself. Her mantra for sadhana and self-realization is Naam, Dhyan and Seva. Let us take the first step towards this realization or moksha by holding Mataji's hand as a child clings to his mother when he is taking his first tottering steps. You can hear now Mataji's guidance to sadhakas.
ज्ञानेश्वरी में कहे हैं निर्गुण सगुण दोनों मिलके उस स्थिति का साक्षात्कार कर लेना। ज्ञानोत्तर भक्ति है वो। ऐसे ज्ञानोत्तर भक्ति पूर्ण हो गई तभी जीवन का कार्य पूर्ण तो से हो गया। उसके लिए बहुत वर्णन किए हैं उसने। ये इतनी वर्णन कितनी उसने की है कि वो वर्णन का कहने को ही नहीं होगा। उसने तो इतनी ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज किए वर्णन, तो मेरे को पता कैसे किए इसका थोड़े में से कह सकती हूँ। मैं बच्ची है, उससे मेरे को ऐसी वर्णन करने को नहीं आती है, तो थोड़ी स्वाद का लिए थोड़ी बात करूंगी कि समाधि लगाई पापा ने शाश्वत स्वरूप की उनकी, जो उसमें ही रहने का मेरे को अच्छा लगता था, वो छोड़ने का अच्छा नहीं लगता था। वो छूटे बिना नहीं रहता कि शरीर पर आना ही पड़ता है। इसलिए पापा कहें ये वो दोनों एक होके दोनों का अतीत रहने का शाश्वत स्वरूप, वो अपना मुख्य जीवन का कार्य सच्चा रामदास कभी तुमको मिलेगा। उसके लिए ना पापा इतना तकलीफ उठा के हमें अपने लिए सब, अभी मेरा पापा इतना ही नहीं साधने दिया, अपने सब का लिए सब रिश्ते क्या करने की है वो पूरा साधना किए। उसके इनको पकड़ने से तुमको सब मिलता है, कहते हैं पापा उससे तुम ये तीर्थ यात्रा को जाने का जरूरी नहीं, घर का आदमी का छोड़ने की जरूरी नहीं, वो सब मेरा ही मान के करो काम। तुमको क्या बुद्धि शक्ति क्या क्या दी है उसी में नाम लेना, ध्यान करना, सेवा करना। ध्यान क्या है ये सब कहीं देखती हूँ, देखने का अवसर कि तुम ही है, मन में आ गया ध्यान हो गया। तुम कहने से कौन है? निर्गुण निर्विकार शाश्वत है, आदि अंतरहित है, ऐसे तुम रूप से आए हैं। सबसे ऐसे मैं करती थी, मैं करने का नमूना बताती। तो पापा कहे हैं ना सब में है, सबसे कभी सब में है करने से मैं पापा को ही देखना ना, उसी में शुरू में नहीं देखते थे पापा, अपने जैसे ही एक मनुष्य ही लगता था। मैं भी मनुष्य हूँ, आप भी मनुष्य। ऐसा मनुष्य होने से ही शुरू में प्रेम पापा कहें रामदास को तुम ऐसे मनुष्य दिखती ना, देखती है, तभी वहाँ भगवान देख के ना प्रेम करते हैं। ऐसे ही भगवान देखने को अभ्यास करो, अभ्यास से सब मिलता है, अभ्यास से सब होता है। कभी हर एक रूप को देखने का, मैं उनका अंदर ही है तभी मेरे को मिलता है, नहीं तो कोई एक नाम रूप लेके करने से मेरे को नहीं मिलता है। जब भी सोची हाँ वही कौन सा रूप है उनका ऊपर प्रेम करने का है, पापा ये तुमको है तुम ही है करके मन में अभ्यास करने का शुरू में। तो अभ्यास से कोई ये कुछ भी निंदा किए धिक्कार किए तो कुछ भी किए दिल का विरुद्ध, वो मेरे को सहन करने से बाहर हो गया, मन को नहीं लगता है तभी ठीक है पापा का याद करके, पापा तुम ये किए अच्छा का लिए किए, मेरा अभिमान निकालने का लिए अच्छा है, ऐसे करके लेने में राम नाम लेने का बल ज्यादा हो गया तो वो नहीं लगता था। हवा में गया जैसा गंदा हवा आया गया, सुगंध का हवा आया जाता है ना, ऐसा नमूना का निंदा जाती थी, एक एक दफा लगती थी। तो एक एक दफा लगने से कितने उनके पास प्रार्थना करने से ही जाता नहीं, नमस्कार की मन से की पीछे उनको नींद लगने से तभी करने का कुछ नहीं चलता नहीं। पीछे माँ लोगों का ऊपर हो गया तो मैं नींद में पापा का चरण तीर्थ पीने से मेरे को मन का ऐसा कुछ जाता था, पापा दूसरा गांव में गए हैं तभी कैसे करना, पीछे उनका ही चरण थोड़ा चाटती थी जीव से तभी हो गया। एक एक को ऐसा चाटने को पुरुष लोगों का ऊपर होने से नहीं मिलता है, तभी वो पाँव दुख आते हैं, तभी वो पानी रखाना वो भी नहीं का कभी भी नहीं जाता। एक एक का पीछे एक एक का लिए क्या करती थी, स्नान करके पानी जताना तभी उसमें पीछे उनका ऊपर का मजा उसके ये पापा का ध्यान अंदर का है ना वो, और ये नाम और अपन सेवा करने का मेरे का वो एक एक करते थे, इनका गलती निकालना करने से एक भी गलती नहीं मिलती है, सबका सेवा अच्छी से करती है, पहले अच्छी प्रेम से की अभी नहीं करती है ऐसा नहीं लगता है, और बाद में कुछ किसी का दोष निकाल के कुछ उनको कहने का वो गलती निकालने को नहीं मिलती है।
मातेच्या अंकावर बसुनी पाही तिजला डोळे भरुनी, मातेच्या अंकावर बसुनी पाही तिजला डोळे भरुनी, प्रेम प्रकट करतव नयनानी तिचे अनुभवी मधुसंगोपन, मातेच्या अंकावर बसुनी पाही तिजला डोळे भरुनी, खाली ठेवुनी माता तुझला, खाली ठेवून माता तुझला जाईल कुठे दूर स्थळाला, मागे धावूनी रोजी तिजला चरण कमल तू तिचे धरून, मातेच्या अंकावर बसुनी पाही तिजला डोळे भरुनी.
This is the wonderful story of the glorious life of our beloved Param Pujya Mataji Krishnabai, who, though merged in the eternal Swarup of beloved Purushottam Papa, is ever within us in spirit, seated in everybody's heart and guiding every one of us in the Godward path. May we all follow the footsteps of the Divine Mother, who has shown us in practice what Guru Bhakti is, what Guru Seva is, and what our ultimate goal is, and let us strive hard to reach that supreme goal in this life itself.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Our pranams and heartfelt gratitude to Pujya Sachidananda Swamiji, whose kind blessings and guidance made this offering possible. As we all know, Swamiji dedicated his entire life in the service of the great masters Pujya Papa and Pujya Mataji throughout their lifetime. Following their footsteps, He has become the guiding spirit of Anandashram in carrying out their mission of universal love and seva. Swami Sachidanand Ji, Swami Muktanand Ji, and a growing number of devoted volunteers are nurturing the same spirit of Naam, Dhyan, and Seva. Poor feeding goes on daily. Children come every morning for Gita Path and Ramnam. A mobile medical van goes round the villages daily. Last year, nearly 35 villages had bore wells dug for them. There is a target of 100 more wells to be dug all round India. At Dahisara, near Morbi, 120 houses were built and handed over to the people affected by the earthquake in Kutch. To celebrate Pujya Mataji's birth centenary year, 100 crore Ramnam Japa target has been set by the devotees. Let us join them in Naam, Dhyan, Seva and total surrender to Pujya Papa, Mataji and Swamiji.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai